our Nigerian president. I'm your host, Rejoice. And today, guys, first of all, if you're joining this show, this is where we get to ask those questions that you're itching to ask some people who work in like higher places or like in different industries, I'm sorry, in the country and in diaspora about Nigeria and about what they would do if they were given the chance to be the Nigerian president for 24 hours. Yeah, is that interesting? So today I have my guest with me. She is in the film industry. She is a producer, a director, a Nigerian, of course, and she lives abroad. Welcome, my guest. I don't want to say her name. She's going to introduce herself to you guys. So please welcome, Ma. Welcome to the show.
Thank you. Thank you so much. And thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
Yes, you're welcome. So
Hmm.
please, could you like give us a little introduction about yourself and how you came to be in the movie industry and how you're like just please your profile.
Right. Okay. So my
Mhm.
name is Ada Sarah Ozodo. And like you rightly said, I'm a filmmaker right now. Um, so being a filmmaker means I produce, I direct, I write, the whole shebang.
Wow.
And right now I live in the UK. And so what was your question? How did I come into the
To be in the film industry, yeah.
it's very interesting. I think for a very long time I was really more interested in performing arts drama, the drama aspect. So I did a lot of drama acting when I was younger.
Mhm.
And as time went on, I started to look, I started to become interested in not just the drama aspect. I wanted to be involved in making things happen. So initially, I directed dramas, like stage dramas and
Okay.
stuff.
Oh.
And then
Mhm.
I just realized I want to do more. I want to be able to reach more people. And
Yeah.
so I started basically initially working with my friends who were filmmakers, kind of learning on the job, and
Mm.
that's what I did for a while. And later on, I went on to I got a master's degree in filmmaking. So,
Mm.
but
Filmmaking has a way of like sucking you in. Once you start, it's always hard to not continue. Yeah. Okay, so but you said you live in the UK. How has it been so far with living in the UK and making Nigerian films, you know? How do you like try to you live in a different cultural setting. So how do you like merge both? How do you because I've seen some of your films and they're like authentic Nigerian stories. How do you still maintain that authenticity when it comes to our cultures? When because I'm sure you've lived there for a while. So how do
yeah,
you do that?
yeah. So for me, I think because my target audience at the moment are still Nigerians, Africans, both in Africa
Okay.
and in the diaspora, I make content that would be relevant to us,
Okay.
So I
Yeah.
still keep a lot of our Nigerianness and the stories we would tell, both in Nigeria and abroad, as you know, I'm sure you know, because
Yeah.
you've seen, you've even been part of my work before,
Yeah.
that
I
we
have.
you have, yes.
Yeah.
That we shoot here as well, but we tell, even when we shoot here, we tell Nigerian stories, we tell African stories, we tell the stories of people, Nigerians in the diaspora. But I've got to a place where I want to start doing things that cut across culture. And some of our
Okay.
themes actually have been doing that now. For example, we've had themes like human traffic, that talk about, human trafficking. My latest short film kind of talked about mental health, post-traumatic stress disorder, or, all those kind of things. Oh no, the short film, sorry, talked about sexual child abuse. Sorry, sleep,
Okay.
you know,
Mhm.
and but the movie, the last feature I did, kind of featured post-traumatic stress disorder. And that
Mm.
was like really something we don't really talk about in our culture
Yeah.
and in our
Yeah.
context.
Yeah.
Mental
That's
health,
true.
it's becoming a thing now. But PTSD, when you say
Mm.
PTSD, people think soldiers and stuff. So
Yeah.
we did a story about a girl who in the UK here was suffering PTSD. So that is a thing that cuts across culture, really. It's not just a Nigerian thing.
Mm.
But I think I was excited to do it, use a Nigerian girl, because That's not
Mm.
something we talk about, like
Yeah.
PTSD. Have you
Yeah.
ever had
Mm.
anyone in Nigeria say,
Yeah.
actually, I'm
When
suffering
you
from
when you talk
PTSD?
about mental health in
Do
Nigeria,
you know what I
they
mean?
immediately think of psychia, crazy.
Exactly. They think
Yeah.
Yaba left kind of thing, like.
Yeah.
But truth is, a lot of people are going through this. I had to do a lot of research, talk to a lot of psychotherapy, psychiatrists, and all that. Did a lot of research before we came
Mm.
out with this. So, this is what I do with my platform, really, here and in Nigeria. First, my like I said, my target audience has been so far Nigerians, like here, and Nigerian
Nigeria.
Africans. But we have started doing things, like I said, cut across culture.
Okay, that's cool. What while you're doing all these things, have you like come across or faced challenges with, what you do and how you do them? And considering that you are there and you're making film for people, mostly people here, are there challenges that you have faced? And if they are, how have you been able to overcome them so far?
I don't. Well, I mean, as filmmakers, we always face challenges, and I
Yeah.
don't think it matters really where you are.
Mhm.
Okay, but this one is an interesting one. I was trying to find a Nigerian to play, a Nigerian woman to play a part in the movie I
Oh,
was
okay. Yeah.
shooting at the time.
Mhm.
It was harder than you think. I
Really?
put out adverts, tried to get people come to audition. It was so hard to find a
Oh, wow.
Nigerian person to play the mother. But maybe I went to the wrong place to look. But I put this on their normal, there's this website where you can get actors. I couldn't get anyone.
Okay.
I had to change my story. So the woman became
Wow.
a white lady instead of
Wow.
Nigerian. That's just one
Wow.
small funny one. But the challenges you face as a filmmaker are insane everywhere. Finances, getting people to believe in your vision, back up what you're doing. But for me here, that was my unique one, trying to find people who could actually fit in. Sometimes you find a black person, but they can't really, bring out that Niger that you're looking for.
Yeah.
so,
I get
so
what you mean.
yeah, I know. So
Yeah.
that's why sometimes you see people bring people all the way from Nigeria to come and portray what they want here,
Mhm.
because you don't, I had to fly someone from the States really to come and act. Yeah,
Wow.
because I couldn't find someone to bring out what I was really trying to do. I'm 100% sure that if I looked properly, I would have found, but given what I
Because
wanted to do at the
I was
time,
surprised because I know
yeah,
that Nigerians are plenty there.
they are, but not everyone is an actor, right? And not everyone
But,
wants,
mm,
maybe because of the time frame I had as well.
okay.
But that was one challenge I faced, trying to find the right person to suit the role in Nigeria. You have over much, you do an
Yeah.
you call an
Ah,
audition,
no,
they just be going
me
through so
of
that
course
they,
will
you
come.
know,
You don't need to search.
yeah,
You don't need to search. Okay.
yeah.
So, is there anything that you're currently working on right now? Do you have any
Well,
projects? Then?
yeah, apart from side movies here and there, the main project I'm working on at the moment is a reality show. It's going to be the next big one to come out of
Oh.
Nigeria.
Why are you doing
Abroad.
everything abroad?
No, no, this is not going to be in abroad. This is going to be in Nigeria, actually.
Oh, wow.
This is in Nigeria
Okay.
for Nigeria, and so I'm going to be
Okay.
coming to Nigeria to
That's
produce it. I
cool.
actually came recently to do some promotion of it. So it's a reality show
Okay.
called The Hub. So
Okay.
basically, what the hub is about is where we empower young entrepreneurs who are already
Okay.
really like skilled in the business already. Well, skilled not in the business. They already they know what they want to do. They're already skilled in their art, in their craft,
Mm.
basically. So we train them to become entrepreneurs, and
Okay.
then empower them, and then we give them tasks. Then we have the whole reality show aspect of it, of course, where we
Oh,
give them
oh.
tasks. They'll be in a house, blah blah blah. But the initial part, we're going to be working in conjunction with 316 Academy, actually, with
Oh, okay.
yes, with Dr. Gift. She's a
Mm,
huge part. So she's co-executive producer with me.
okay.
So this is also our project. So we'll be working together on this. We have exciting people already come on board. People like Obams. It's going to be
Oh,
directed by the amazing Izu Ojukwu.
Wow.
So
It's going
we
to
have more
be.
and more exciting people, but just watch this space. There's more things
Yeah, guys,
unveiling.
what you say is
Uh,
already sounding very, very interesting, and I
yeah,
believe it's
yeah,
going to be very empowering.
yeah, yeah, it
So,
is.
so like any entrepreneur can like, is it like
No,
do they
no.
have to
Well,
apply or you choose?
at the moment, for this first season, we're concentrating on like three industries, which
Okay.
is all they're all in the creative industry for this initial one. So we're looking at filmmakers, so producers, directors. We're
Oh,
also looking at fashion designers. We're also looking at
okay.
music producers. So if you listen, we're not looking at the people in front, we're looking at those
Yeah,
people behind the scenes, where people who
yeah.
you don't
Mm.
usually see, the ones who make the magic happen
Make it
before the
happen. Yeah.
before the models wear the clothes or before the actors come to the front, those people behind the scenes, you know,
Mm,
cooking up what the singers will sing, those are the people we want to empower. So it's not really just about the gift. It's not just that
okay.
they have the know-how. We want to empower them and train them how to to become um actual entrepreneurs. Not so it's so much more than just having the know-how. Many
Yeah,
people have the know-how. You're in the movie
yeah,
industry
yeah.
as well.
Mm,
You know that
yeah,
a lot of people know how to do it, but they don't know how to be business people. They
yeah.
don't know how
That's
to
the
make money.
there's something I saw somewhere, showbiz. They know the show, they don't know
They
the biz part.
Oh,
Yeah.
I mean, that's just the perfect way to do. So
Okay.
we're training that B side, to
Mm,
empower as many young people. So this is just for this one. For others, we'll be empowering other industries as well.
okay.
Just empowering them so that they can be equipped to give back to the economy as well.
Mm,
So that's
yeah,
it's really exciting. There's a lot more on our website, and people can already start to audition. Online. The initial part of the audition is online on
oh, okay.
www.hub. We can give the information if people want. Just say we're
Okay,
interested and we'll
maybe we
send
can
you.
put that in the maybe
Yeah.
description box for this video. So if you're interested, anybody watching, please check the description box.
Yes.
Might actually answer like my next question, but I'll still
Oh,
ask
sorry.
you. So you mentioned giving back to the Nigerian economy. I actually wanted to ask how you believe what you've been doing so far has been like improving the like playing your own part in improving the motherland, you know. So I wanted to like ask how you've been doing that so far.
Mm.
Before this the hub, with your filmmaking abroad, how do you believe you're doing contributing your own
No,
quota?
well, I hope I have been, but I think actually employing the youth, encouraging them, giving them jobs. I was just
Mhm.
checking what the film industry contributes to the economy is huge.
Yeah,
Is
yeah,
is
yeah,
huge.
yeah.
I looked at the
It's actually
percentage. I was like, wow, the film industry is a huge part of what is coming into our economy at the moment. So I
yeah,
believe that when you empower young people, when you encourage them, when you give them jobs, when you employ them to do the things that need doing, um, that is also helping the economy. I think
yeah.
it's so
I'm
important that
contributing.
the people start to realize how much the entertainment industry gives back as a whole to the economy. I think if the
Mm,
government especially starts to get aware, I think they will
yeah,
support more, because it's one of the biggest export,
yeah.
should I say,
It is.
commodity that we have
I
now.
think they're beginning to realize that,
you know
especially this year.
the
Yeah.
Nigerian movies
Mm.
are everywhere. People know. Look, let me give you an example. When I put out an audition, I didn't go on a Nigerian website. I went on a general artist, where you find
Website.
artists, and I said a Nollywood movie. People were excited. I
Wow.
mean, I'm talking
Like
about
wow.
British normal, who are not
Okay.
Nigerian, were interested in being
Mm,
part of Nollywood because they know about Nollywood.
yeah.
Isn't that exciting?
They
That
know. They know about our films. They know about music. Our
they know our
music. So
stuff.
yeah.
So yeah, so we have a
Yeah.
good forget, even without even being specific about reach. How I said that my target audience have been
Mm,
Africans, and back at home and in the diaspora. A lot of
yeah.
non-Africans are actually getting interested in Nollywood just as it is, you know, because we're
Mm,
becoming good. Before, I won't lie to
yeah.
you, a lot of it was just to laugh at us because of the way our
Yeah.
movies used to be in those days. But now we're competing with the best of the best. Thank you very much.
Mhm.
You know,
Yeah, I still have that because there's always this issue of like piracy, which is one of the issues that Nigerian filmmakers face. Has that affected you
Yeah, I
before?
mean, yeah, and people close to me, which is really, really sad. I think, but I think, to be honest, we many people have just made peace with it somehow. But
Mhm.
people are beginning to realize quality and want quality. I remember back in the
Mhm.
day, people would, as long as we can watch the movie, as long as
Yeah,
they would just.
yeah,
But these days, people are becoming more deliberate, and I think the more people are aware that you are actually giving back to the economy, when by letting these people actually uh, get back the money they invested into this. More people are
yeah.
becoming, if people are more aware of that, then they would be very careful to ensure that they are not
Mhm.
pirating. And I think with things like Netflix and Amazon Prime becoming more accessible, I'm hoping,
Mm.
and I think, to be honest, I'm not in Nigeria, but I think some, all those things will kind of
Reduce. Yeah,
reduce
it
the
is
rate of
true. But then
piracy and
it's
things like
like,
that, because Netflix is more
yeah,
accessible now,
what?
right? Like for a lot
Yeah,
of people.
while it has okay, sorry. Why it has reduced actually, there's also that because not everybody that can make a film that is like Netflix
Yeah,
standard
no, yeah,
or
yeah,
Prime. So they would also like or some people would just want to like send to cinema
yeah.
straight. But then those people are also kind of there's
YouTube.
that fear of losing
Hmm.
to piracy. I don't know. Anyway, it's not a
No, I
question,
know,
just
but do you
pointing
know
that
one
out.
thing that what you're saying just also brought to mind that actually YouTube is also a huge, huge way.
YouTube is underrated in Nigeria,
Are you
especially
serious?
I feel like YouTube is underrated. I feel like it is. Well, no, okay, no. Actually, when it comes to like filmmaking,
Hmm.
I feel like it's still coming up. It's when it comes to like maybe lifestyle, all these influencers, like blogs and all of that.
Yeah.
That one I know. It's I don't know. Maybe I need to do more research on that. But I feel
No,
like when it
because
comes to
you know what?
filmmaking,
There are some
they,
people
yeah,
who know what's going on YouTube now, and are utilizing it, because you.
not the majority though.
Are you
Not the
serious? Are you serious? Okay,
majority.
so I'm not there
Because
because.
imagine
Hmm,
Sorry. Okay, imagine like the majority of Nigerians, first of all, like their home video. Not all of them can even like want to spend data to watch a movie
okay.
on YouTube. I feel like it's mostly like the exposed ones or like students who would do that. That's why I feel like it's coming up anyway. I've been seeing
Mm,
Nollywood movies come up on
on
YouTube a
YouTube,
lot,
because I know
especially this
quite a
year.
few directors now that are making
Who are
very
focused on YouTube.
quality movies that are going straight to YouTube. Like, they don't even premiere it. They make it
It's
specifically
picking
for
up.
YouTube, and just
Oh
check out the
wow.
viewing. You know,
Yeah, it's true. It's true
yeah,
actually.
quite a few directors are doing that now. Then there are these other, even some of these Christian movies like Mount Zion, because they've really gone top notch now.
Okay.
You know, when
Wow.
their movie comes out, just check within an hour, just check out the viewership. Just look
Wow.
out for people like YouTube is becoming the next Netflix, for a lot of Nigerians.
Oh,
So I don't know. I think people find a way to download and watch and things like that. But
I'm
there
sorry.
must.
I should have done more research before I said what I said. I just thought
Oh,
YouTube was like still coming up when it comes to film, Nigerian films. Okay. Okay.
yeah,
Sorry about that.
I don't know, but I mean that's what I feel anyways, based on what I can see from here. But
Okay.
mm,
Yeah. Actually, now that you mentioned it, I've seen some couple of Nigerian films that their views are like
I
millions.
know.
Yeah.
I don't know how
It's
they
true.
do it,
Mm.
but so I'm not surprised that people are doing, because people can actually earn on YouTube now. So maybe
Yeah.
at least I can
Mm.
count on my hand how many directors I've seen, and they've just finished making
Mhm.
the movie, and they'll be like on YouTube. I'm like, man, so they must be making money
Yeah, and
from
what is on
YouTube.
YouTube is always there.
Yeah,
So it keeps generating.
yeah,
That's an
yeah,
advantage. Yeah.
yeah. It's true.
Mhm.
So
Ah, that's cool.
yeah.
So so have you like collaborated with any like international actors or filmmakers in your
Mm,
project?
actors, not well, filmmakers. Yes, when I was making my short film, I collaborated, but my a lot of my crew members were internationals. I'm
Okay.
trying to think if I had any Nigerian crew member, to be honest.
Oh
Yeah, that
wow,
was for my
really?
last, the short film I did, Happiness. That was that went into film festivals. We were actually selected at the Eco
Okay.
Film Festival. But yeah, Let me think. No, I don't think any of my crew members were actually Nigerians. I
Nigerian.
remember then. Yeah,
Yeah.
so my assistant director was not Nigerian. My DOP was not Nigerian. My crew members were not Nigerian. So yes, I have worked with
Mm.
non-Nigerian crew members.
Okay, I'm not curious how it was having like non-Nigerians on a Nigerian film set.
Yeah,
How was it
it was
navigating and
just, we were
coping
making a
with it?
movie. It was just normal. It was just, but we
Right?
did it professionally. You can imagine. We were not doing all this.
Yeah.
Okay. So the funny thing is, the day before, before the way before, we had to go and mark, where we will stay. Like we went
Mm.
like a week, in short, maybe more than
Mm.
weeks before. My DOP was like, "Oh yeah, yeah. So we need to go and mark." I forget what it was called now. You have to know everything ahead of time. It's not like Nigerian where we
Yeah.
just improvise
Mm.
um on the
Okay.
go, right? Like we
Mm.
did it
Yeah.
professionally, we did it very well, as much as we could. It was a small film, so it wasn't as elaborate as people would do it here, but still, it wasn't your typical Nollywood
Yeah.
style. And I
Nollywood.
had to shoot some parts in
Yeah.
Nigeria. And when I came and I was like, "Oh, we need to
Mm.
rehearse. We need to go there and mark our." They were looking at me like, "Are you crazy?"
Yeah, wasting time. Yeah, wasting time and
No,
money.
it's wasting time and
But,
money.
now that you mentioned it, now that you mentioned it, do you like what do you think in terms of developing Nollywood? It's like more than it is already. What do you think are the things that we should do different, like in the film industry in Nigeria? What are the things you think should be different or should be done differently?
What should be done differently? I think those, before I say what should be done differently, I have to say that a lot of things are being done the right way now. There are some,
Yeah.
I have
Yeah.
gone to
Mm.
some sets and I was like, I've not even seen a set like that in my life. In Nigeria, I went, I think,
Oh
was it one
wow.
of my director colleagues? I went to his set and I was like, it was
Ah.
perfect. It could mirror any set here,
Yeah,
anywhere
no, Nigerians are
internationally.
doing really well.
So
Yeah.
we are
But
actually,
from your perspective, since you've lived abroad and you know how they do things there,
yeah.
what do you think
So a lot
we
of
should do
directors
and
are doing
improve?
things the right way. A lot of movies are being shot the right way. Especially now, I'm so
Yeah,
happy for Netflix and Amazon Prime. Why? Because
Amazon
they
Prime.
make you, meet up to a certain
What for
standard.
it?
So you
Yeah,
have to work
make you
to
earn it.
ensure that you have that standard. So if you want your stuff to go on Netflix, you make it go get to
You have
that
to meet up.
level where Netflix will want to take it.
Yeah,
So Netflix has rules. You can't just make a movie and say you're taking it to Netflix. No, you have to
yeah.
make it a Netflix standard movie. So that has kind of
Okay.
encouraged us to do things the
Mm.
right way. So I have to start by saying we are doing a lot of things right. You know, good production.
Give us our
We
flowers.
are, no,
Thank you
we
for the
seriously,
flowers.
big ups tonight. I've still seen some proper rubbish. Don't get me wrong. People,
Yeah, well,
it's actually,
they are twins.
yeah,
They come
but a
together.
lot of people are doing things right now, and I have to say that without putting Nigeria down, actors are fantastic. You know,
Yeah.
Having said
Mm.
that, there is also the flip side where you have anyone who wants to act just comes to act, and you just see some really rubbish things, and you're like, "What the heck is this?" So
Mm.
maybe good production, good everything, good sound, good pictures, rubbish acting. You know,
Action.
or
Yeah.
rubbish stories. Things like
Yes.
that.
Recycled
Yeah,
story.
exactly. But I think it's important that whatever we do, whatever is done, is what doing really, really well, and people should work hard at getting trained. And I'm not saying you don't necessarily have to go to school, get a degree, or go to school, get a master's or whatever. But a lot of
Yeah.
people who are the renowned filmmakers they are today learned on the job. So there's such a thing as apprenticeship, where you go and
Yeah.
actually learn. Everybody wants to become a
Learn.
director overnight. Tomorrow, everybody's like, "Yeah, I'm a director." Learn first, like
Yeah.
pay your dues,
Mm. Without putting in the work.
learn,
Yeah.
and we're not,
Yeah.
like I said, it doesn't have to be in school. Put yourself under somebody who knows what they're doing.
Mm.
I had to do that. I
Yeah.
had to do that. I mean, I went back to film. I started filmmaking my old age, basically. Well, kind of older age. I had to do that. I had to ask people who know what they are doing to mentor me. I still have
Mm.
mentors
Mentor
right
you.
now, and there's a level where I will
Wow.
step down for my orgas in the industry to come. For example,
Serving.
I cannot
Okay.
dare say I'm directing. Not that I can, but I'm not directing the hub because there are people who are much more experienced than me in the
Mm.
industry. But
Experience.
if I came up
Yeah.
and say, "Yeah, well, I can direct," no, I will make a mess of the
Mm.
whole thing, right? So know your strengths, dance to it, learn from people who know what they're doing
Learn.
would be my advice.
Okay. Oh, that's cool. And that brings me to like the flagship question of this show, which is um so in terms of like entertainment in your industry, film industry, entertainment, if you were to become the president of Nigeria for 24 hours, what would you
First of
do?
all, 24 hours is not even enough to do a pin, but
Well, that
I'll just pretend it's more than 24 hours. And this is what I'm going to do.
what you can accomplish within 24 hours.
I think
What do you think you'll do?
instantly we'll put things in place to, and I'll go back to what I said before, to train and empower, you know, entrepreneurs who've got small businesses, you know, put in finances first of all into SMEs, then empower
Mm,
the entrepreneurs so that they're not just doing nonsense. So some, like I said, a lot of people have the head knowledge, they know what they're doing,
no.
but they don't know how to be businesses. They don't know
Mm,
how business ethics, they don't know how things work. So I will push that in, because if you do start to empower SMEs, our economy will be
mm,
good again.
yeah,
Our economy,
yeah,
because can you imagine if you start encouraging people, Nigerians, to produce Nigerian made things? You wouldn't need to go out and get the
mm,
Gucci's. Why do you need it
yeah,
when our people
you're
are
right.
being empowered to do it? You know, and then we're
Mm,
putting it back into the economy. Our Nigeria will be good again if we should try to,
amen.
if we attempt. I hope, please, the government would. No, seriously, you know, like if we start to
Yeah,
empower small businesses, and I'm not saying just push the money in, because you
and
push
you,
the money
yeah,
into someone who doesn't know what they're doing, the money will disappear.
yeah,
But
mm,
empower them and then finance it. I think the
mm,
economy. So if I was to be president for 24 hours, I will put all of that in place so that
that's
it
cool.
will move forward.
Wow, that's cool. That's really inspiring. Thank you so much
Yeah,
for that, Ma.
yeah,
I think well because I still have a lot I want to ask you, but because of time, I think we just
yeah. You bring me back again. I'm joking.
I will. I think I will. I'm the producer is listening. I think we'll bring you for part two of this. All right, so what in conclusion, do you have anything you want to like? Okay, I'm sure you've given us advice, but do you have anything you want to say again to any Nigerian who's watching right now?
I
Do
don't
you have
know. I
anything you want to
mean,
say?
everything I said, like whatever is what doing is whatever is
What
what is
doing well?
yes, what doing well. Put
Doing
in
well.
your efforts, train, ask questions. You know, Nigerians are talented. I heard that there
Very,
was a time
very,
they were
very.
saying Nigerian youths are lazy. So not true. So not true. I'm always blown. My mind is always blown away when I see some of the things young people do.
That
Some
Nigerians
negative.
do.
Guess what? Even those,
Well,
what boys, they
yeah,
are so
they're really
intelligent.
smart about it too.
Very intelligent,
It's
so that
true.
if they are
Yeah,
redeemed and empowered, they can use those that they are, their knowledge for good.
intelligent. Yeah,
That's a whole other thing. So I
yeah.
think we should concentrate on empowering young people. I think it's so important. And not empowering them, not just throwing money at them, empowering them, encouraging them. And that's what, like, I'll go back to my show, The Hub. That's kind of what we want to do with The Hub.
Okay.
Empower already people who already know how, which is a lot of
What they're
Nigerian
doing,
youths already have the know-how, but we want to encourage people to teach them how to utilize what they already have in their
what they
hands.
already
and,
have.
and, and you will see
Yeah,
the output will be fantastic once people know what they're
I
doing.
can already imagine.
Mm.
Well, thank you so much. The details to the hub will be in the description box, so please check it out. That's it, Ma. Thank you so much for being on the show. I really appreciate
Thank
it.
you for
Thank you
having
so
me. I've
much.
enjoyed it.
Yes, Ma.
uh,
Thank
all
you.
right.
All right, viewers, thank you very much for joining us today on the show. Again, I mean,
I leave. Okay.
and
I don't know.
please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and join us next week, same time for another 24-hour Nigerian president live show where we'll be interviewing another person, another interesting person. Okay. I am your host, Rejoice, and I'll see you guys next week. Bye.